You're listening to the Midlife Edit. Think of this as your remix for midlife, strength, mindset, and living unapologetically. I'm Jen, your host, and together we're making this chapter not just good, but a damn good chapter. This is the Midlife Edit. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Midlife Edit. As always, I'm your host, Jen Weinstein, and today I'm ready to dive into week 4 of the pre-holiday reset. But before we do that, you're getting a twofer today. Not only are we going to talk about reflection in week 4 of the pre-holiday reset, but I've also got a short interview with the Pittsburgh-based band Neostem. They are playing a show. They're playing 2 shows this weekend, but they're playing a show on Saturday at the Poetry Lounge in Pittsburgh, and I'm volunteering for Punk Rock Saves Lives for that show. So that's how I got connected to them. And honestly, I felt like bringing you this conversation was the perfect way to blend reflection and community and music. So let's get into the show. If you're new here, welcome. The Midlife Edit is where I talk about reinvention and taking up space and rebuilding our identity and navigating this chapter with a lot more intention and a lot less pressure. This isn't a midlife crisis. Crisis is not the word for this. This is our edit. This is our midlife comeback tour. And today I'm talking about the pre-holiday reset, which we started 3 weeks ago, because now we're in week 4. You can sign up for it in the show notes. It's always ongoing. It doesn't have to be around Christmas time, but I just thought it was a perfect time to bring this out. So anyway, we're jumping into week 4, and it's all about reflection. So I really wanted to spend a few minutes on that before we jump into the interview, because reflection is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools that we have, especially around this time of year, okay? So, what is reflection? Well, let's talk about what it's not, right? It's not about being hard on yourself. Did you ever get grounded when you were little or sent in the corner for timeout? They're like, oh, go reflect on what you've done. That makes you feel kind of shitty, right? And that's not what I want you to do here. It's not about tallying up what you didn't do. Reflection is about awareness. It's that honest pause before the chaos of the holidays where you check in and say, hey, how am I doing? What's working? What's not? What do I want to keep doing and carry forward? And what do I want to put down? Reflection is simple. It's grounding and it's so fucking necessary, you guys. So here I am again, telling you what to do. Oh, reflect. Well, what the hell's that mean, Jen? Well, I'm going to give you some guided prompts. So this can be for journaling if you want to journal, or just sitting and thinking about it, or your notes app, grab your notes app and write some things down, or even like a voice memo. Do you ever do a voice memo to yourself? Try it. It's fun. So here's a few questions that you can sit with and ask yourself, where have I shown up for myself this month in ways that I normally don't? I'll tell you what, if you are part of the pre-holiday reset, then you showed up at least the last 3 weeks for yourself in ways that maybe you didn't before. Maybe this time right now is about taking care of yourself before you start taking care of other people. What surprised me about my energy or behavior during this reset? Did you find that letting go of things gave you more energy? Or what about breathing? When we talked about breathing, just those simple breaths, did it give you a little bit more energy or changed your behavior in ways because you were a little bit more calm? What about patterns? What patterns are you ready to release before the holidays? Is that always taking care of somebody else first? Or is it always answering back right away from a text message or an email? I don't want to say I'm bad at that because I think that people see that as a strength, but sometimes I answer back too quickly, whether that's a text or an email or whatever it is. Sometimes I don't put up the boundaries that I need. So that's a pattern that I'm ready to release. What do I need more of right now? Is it more help? Do you need to ask your partner for more help? Is it more exercise? Because we all know, Elle Woods told us, right? Exercise releases endorphins. Endorphins make people happy. Happy people just don't kill their husbands. That's Elle Woods saying that. I wouldn't. You got me. Okay. What do I need less of? Do you need less of the holiday parties? Like you're not obligated to go to every holiday party. Do you need less of the Christmas cards? Guys, you don't have to send out a Christmas card. If you feel overwhelmed or busy about sending out holiday cards, don't do it. And then lastly, what can you forgive yourself for? Can I forgive myself for being mean to myself in the mirror? Because I am a lot. Can you forgive yourself for overworking yourself? So for me, this week brought up how much I've been juggling, from work to the podcast to volunteering. I'm volunteering for Punk Rock Saves Lives, to the Feed the People tour, which, by the way, guys, plugging it again, we are at just under $150. I would love to get to $300 by Thanksgiving. So go check out the midlifeeditco.com/shop and get your Feed the People t-shirt or sweatshirt. Remember, 100% of the profits go straight to feeding America. Let's help hungry people this year, guys. So anyway, I do, not only do I do that, but I'm a wife and I'm a mom and I'm a stepmom and I'm a friend and I'm a daughter and I'm an employee and I do all these things, right? But I don't give myself credit for how much I care. Sure, I get the thank yous and the pats on the back and everybody else says those things, but I don't give myself enough credit. I care deeply about people, about community, about women in midlife feeling less alone, and about the hungry families that are out there, or just my family, my immediate family, my extended family. I want to make sure that everybody's okay. I want to make sure that everybody's happy. And I will tell you, caring about people sometimes can weigh you down, but also I want to teach my children that caring about people is such a great quality to have, right? And caring about others is a way that fills me up. Okay. This is what, episode 39 or 40 or something like that. So I've only been doing this for less than a year, but I've kind of had a little bit of a platform, with Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. But you know what I'm doing? I'm going to give myself credit and being damn proud of myself for helping people, whether it's just talking into this mic or raising money for Feeding America or taking that phone call when I don't feel like talking on the phone, but that person really needs your attention, or just simply being there. And I know that I'm good at that, and that brings me joy too. So let's talk about today's interview, because reflection isn't always about quiet journaling. Sometimes reflection shows up through music. And how many times have I talked about it? Unfortunately, I am not Jem and the holograms, because that's what I wanted to be. But I do love music, and music has always been how I process and how I breathe and how I feel grounded. So today, I'm so excited to share a short conversation with Neostem. They have a punk, grunge, metal type sound. Go check them out. I listen to them on Spotify. I believe they're on Apple Music as well. They just have an awesome, unique, great kind of sound that embodies energy and community and the spirit behind Punk Rock Saves Lives. So, without further ado, let's jump into my interview with Neostem. All right, guys, as promised, I have an interview today with the Pittsburgh-based band Neostem. So, for anybody who might be new to your band, guys, Ryan, Matt, Rob,
Hello.
Somebody tell me how the three of you met and how you started the band.
Me and Ryan together.
Yeah, we grew up across the street from each other in Homestead, a suburb of Pittsburgh, and we just one day decided to pick up instruments, and that was,
Literally how it happened.
yeah. I mean, that and a little bit of MTV, watching all the music videos and CDs,
What else?
cassettes.
And
Yeah, movie soundtracks, awesome movies, all that stuff led up to it. And Rob here, we found him on Craigslist. He was just out and about looking, and I seen his post, and I said, wow, this guy seems like he fits all the credentials that we're looking for. And there he is, 7 years later? About now? 9, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We can give him something for his tenure, like a box of Cheerios or something.
Oh, yeah. Apple cinnamon.
Or a watch. the Citizens Watch or something.
He said a watch.
We'll get you a little glow in the dark Timex.
Exactly.
Get you a coffee cup.
So your sound is described as a fusion of grunge, punk, and metal. Okay, so I've been listening to you guys a little bit, and as much as it's all of those, it's so unique. So how did that happen? Did it kind of happen organically, or was it on purpose, or you guys just picked up instruments and you did your thing?
We're 3 different music styles, 3 different personalities, and it just works. When we get together and make music, like Ryan's playing something, I'm playing something totally different, Rob's doing his own, and it's one of those things we really can't explain. It works. And every time we write a song, we're making new music. It's just everything just fits. It's the weirdest way to explain it.
It meshes well. I mean, it's 3 different personalities. It's like having 3, personalities under one roof, And
there's a lot of influences that I bring, that Ryan brings, that Matt brings, and they all intertwine together.
Yeah.
Which makes us neat.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a different sound than anything I've heard. And I love music. I love all kinds of genres of music. I grew up in Altoona, Pennsylvania, but we had like a punk rock scene there, but actually they played shows. It was called St. Leo's. So it was like in this like church thing, but like it was the best. But your music just sounds a little bit different to me. And I dig it. I think it's fun. And I talk so much about music in midlife, and you guys kind of just brought up the next subject about how music is so subjective, right? So what you hear, Matt, could be something completely different than what Rob's playing and what Ryan's listening to and things like that. So being so different and having these different music influences and playing off of each other, how does it work? I mean, you say it just works, but like when you go in and you write songs, who writes the songs? How if I was a fly on the wall when you guys are recording or writing music, what would that look like?
Stuff.
Well, usually it starts out with me, noodling around on the guitar trying to find a riff or a melody to go with the riff or vice versa. And then I walk in, I'm like, hey guys, let's give this a whirl, throw it through the blender. That's whenever all the ingredients start getting mixed in. So like I'm thinking of like a bass line the way that I would do the bass line, but see, Matt's completely different. So he is more like a lead bass player rather than a rhythmic bass player. Like he plays more melodic. You know what I'm saying? He's not just playing the riff. You know what I mean? He's doing a lot. I call him Mr. Busy Fingers. And Rob, he's so steady. He makes it flow. So because when you got that heartbeat, and that heartbeat is pumping, that blood's flowing, and that's how we get these songs pumped out. We got about 54 songs, original songs.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Ryan writes stuff. I'll go, Ryan, what chord?
Yeah.
It's important that each of them don't sound alike. So whether it's a different drum beat, different bass line, different guitar riff, we really try to be original as possible.
Yeah, definitely try not to. Yeah, like Rob's saying, we try not to collectively write the same music as the last. Try to progress forward. Because like the way I look at it is, if you're stuck in neutral, then what what I mean? Then what's the sense of even doing it still? Then if you're just stuck in neutral with it, and you're just gonna be playing the same songs. And when you write a new batch of songs, it makes practice so exciting because you don't know how this is gonna turn out, and that's the exciting part of it. Because we record everything, and then I'm listening to it afterwards. Man, I got smile ear to ear. I'm just so happy with the turnout of it. All the time.
And we sell songs because they sounded too similar, or we've broken them apart, and like when the new ones we're working on, it's a piece from an older song, and we just brought it back because it works now with what something else we came up with before. Kind of like exciting.
I mean, one of the songs that we have, I was 15 years old when I wrote it, and I just said, hey, you know what, let's do it. And another one that My Varium, which will be coming out sometime. Another old school riff, just when I was a teenager, just brought it back as an adult.
I love it. And I'm sure that it's a lot different in your mind from when you wrote it as a teenager to now. It means maybe some different things, but man, that's so cool. I wanted to be Jem from Jem and the Holograms when I grew up. I never wanted to be a teacher or an astronaut. But guys, I cannot carry a tune to save my fucking life. Like, I cannot sing worth anything. So I can tell stories, and this is the second part of my gem dream, I guess. But I love hearing that stuff and how you guys come up with the music and how you work off of each other, and it blends and it works, and that's so fun. Is there a song of yours that you think that maybe somebody's told you, maybe a fan's told you a way that they interpret it, and you're like, whoa, that's not what that song's about at all?
Like Vincent Pete, someone said it sounded like Green Day, which I don't think it sounds like Green Day at all.
I don't hear that at all. Repeat either. No.
But it's more like a rockabilly song to me. But like you said, other people interpret it a certain way.
Yeah, I'd have to sit there and say, well, usually people once I explain the lyrics to them, then they get a better concept of it. Like in Driftwood on Dry Land, everything I said, I meant I'm lactose intolerant. And people are like, wait, you have stomach issues? I'm like, no, you're lactose intolerant in life. That's a vitamin you're being. You see what I'm saying now? And it's that because it's called Driftwood on Dry Land. And what we are all the driftwood on dry land. That's it, because we all float like driftwood in a river.
Yeah, that's so funny too, because they interpreted it, the lyrics completely different. And there's been songs, I mean, throughout history, or like, and you can hear about it, or people tell you a story where, oh, this song really saved my life. And then the artist is in the back going, really? Because I wanted to shoot my neighbor when I wrote that song, or something stupid like that, And I love it. So I found you because I'm volunteering for Punk Rock Saves Lives. And Matt, you and I had talked about how you try to get them to come to whatever venue that they can. How did you guys kind of get in with Punk Rock Saves Lives, and what does it mean to you that they're coming to your shows and getting the word out in the community?
Okay, well, my girlfriend Amanda, she follows them on the social medias, and we were at Porky's seeing Royal Honey and the Cheats. And one of them the guy knew who she said, hey, how you doing? And then mentioned, well, how'd that work? We just asked them to come out, and they just put in their calendar, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just started talking and like what they had to say, what the organization was about, so we had them come out to the show.
Yeah, so and we always we give them the open. We always give Punk Rock Saves Lives any show that we put on ourselves that we're booking. We give them the open invitation to come out. I know they always say they have to get permission to make sure there's a lot of stuff they want to be able to promote, and everywhere we play that they've come out to has been no issues. Like I was telling you last year, they did a toy drop at Sport Hill Sports Bar. Which was really cool. And they came out the last time we played poetry, and now we're going to be going back to poetry. We wanted to get them in at the Club Cafe, but it was still, when I booked that show, Club Cafe just started booking shows again. So they weren't sure the reception on that. So hopefully if we go back to Club Cafe again, hoping we do go back to Club Cafe after Friday, get them in down there too as well.
So what does it, I mean, they do a lot, right? But on my end, I kind of got into the Punk Rock Saves Lives for the mental health aspect. And particularly, and I'm talking to 3 men, but particularly for the men's mental health aspect, because I talk a lot about women's mental health and how, women need to show up for themselves before they can show up for each other. But the one thing that I think that we need to talk more about in society is how it's okay for men not to be okay, and how we can talk about it, and it's not less macho if you have some issues that you're going through. Right. So that's where I kind of found it, and that's where I think music meshes with it. So what are your thoughts on that being part of, your shows now?
I mean, the more the merrier of it. I mean, mental health is a real issue. It's a real problem that we have in this country. And yes, it feels like men feel like they hide it because they're afraid to feel weak. They don't want to be, I guess, particularly made fun of, especially if you have friends like they'll laugh at you for something like that. But some people actually really do struggle, and they don't understand it. Because you don't really want to talk about it much because you don't want to bring moods down and whatnot. But the organization that you're working with, it's amazing because they need people like that out there. There needs to be people like that out there to help people. Yes,
great.
it's great. It's a great thing that you guys are doing. It's need more people like that, you know.
Yeah. There needs to be more awareness that it's okay to come forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's times where I felt down in the dumps, but you know what? I have. Yeah, that's what I mean. And there's times where I fell down in the dumps, you know, and I'll just translate into songs, you know. So that's what pretty much Neostem's based on, is adult angst, just dealing with adult problems. Being mental health is one of them. Co-workers waking up, going to work, dealing with your neighbors, you know. That's the whole premise of Neostem.
Yeah. I love it. Dealing with your well, I mean, we all live in or around Pittsburgh, and neighbors are right beside you all the time. So dealing with your neighbors, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about maybe your biggest influences in music growing up. So you're all three different. You say you all have different sounds. Who have been your musical influences? Maybe let's do two. Let's do one from when you were growing up, and then one now.
Okay. Rob, do you want to go first?
Yeah, you want to go
Rob go first.
Yeah.
We put Rob on the spot.
Well, probably growing up, Motley Crue was a huge influence. Tommy Lee, I saw a Looks to Kill video, and that's what I want to do. I want to play drums. So that's what got me into drums. But now I really like Volbeat. I like their style. They combine metal and rockabilly and punk. So that's more of what I'm into now. So it's just where I've been and where I've grown to. So I do like country. So they have a little bit of country in their music. They have some punk rock, some metal. So that's what I like. I'm very broad with my musical influences.
Awesome. Matt, how about you?
Well, Ryan and Rob hear this 1,000 times, and my mom was big into music, and she raised me off Bruce Springsteen.
Love it.
That was it was one of those I was talking to Dave Bizard about it a long time ago. He plays guitar, and We Came from Space. And it was like, yeah, it's like unknowingly Bruce Springsteen inspired me to get into music without me ever realizing it. And it was because my mom just shoved it down. Like Ryan lived across the street from me, and he heard the coming from my house. My mom was playing it.
Oh yeah, windows open, summertime, front porch. The whole neighborhood could hear listening to Bruce Springsteen.
But now it's a whole bunch of different stuff. As I really dug into being a musician, it's like a lot of stuff that's like heavily bass driven. Anywhere from I'll go from like Rush to I listen to like the Gaslight Anthem's another one of my favorites. Then you start getting into the punk rock bands. I like a lot of hardcore stuff, so like a lot of like Agnostic Front, stuff within that realm. And then I also like Rob. He goes off different genres. Like me, I also listen to a lot of Japanese rock bands. My girlfriend, when she's driving in the car, goes, "We can listen to music that has English in it." I like it a lot because they like the Japanese rock bands. They fill their music in a lot. There's a lot going on, and I think I bring a lot. I used a little bit of that influence in with Neostem, trying to see where I could fit an extra note in, extra slide in.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Ryan?
I knew this eventually going to come to me. Well, let's see. When I was growing up, I listened to the oldies a lot. My old man, my parents listened to the oldies, so there was just a very, just a variation of artists from the oldies I like. Like a couple of them are locals, like Lou Christie and the Vogues, and the Beatles, obviously, and I love the Doors. Huge fan of the Doors. They're amazing. But then as I got older and I started skipping school and watching MTV more, there was this neat little band called Nirvana on there, and they had this amazing video called "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I seen that video, man. It transformed my life right then and there. I was like, damn. I was like, I have to do that. I have to do that. And at the time, my old man, he passed away at a young age. He was really sick at that time too. So I needed something to really occupy my time. And I wasn't going to turn into like doing like, drugs or anything like that. So I found the best drug in the world, the guitar.
I love that. Is Nirvana still one of your bands right now? I just watched actually over the weekend the Kurt Cobain documentary. That was freaking great. It was so well made. It was a very nice documentary.
Yes, they're so huge, man. If you come in our practice space, that's all their Nirvana posters up. But they're not even mine or my girlfriend, so she, it's one of the reasons why we got together, because she's a big fan of theirs, and I'm a huge fan of theirs, and yeah. But awesome. Yeah, I'd say that's my main molecule is Nirvana.
I love that. So I have to ask this question, and I told when I had Jarrett Reddick on, I told him the same thing. One of my favorite things in the world is when I'm in a bad mood. I love when punk rock, like when they have the Punk Rock Goes Pop, like those albums, and just the cheesy music that you hear all the time on the radio, but then there's a punk rock spin to it. Do you guys cover anybody at your shows?
Oh, we got an interesting one that we cover.
The 80s new wave one too.
New wave. We actually, if you come to our shows, we'll pull it out. It's "Hold Me Now" by the Thompson Twins.
I love that.
And I remember we played it at the Millville Music Festival a few years ago, and Billy D from Build a Scene was taking pictures. And I'm wireless. I'm running around. I'm staying on a chair, and I see this elderly couple, and they're dancing to it. And I'm trying to get his attention to get a picture of them. And he was saying the miscommunication. He didn't know what I was trying to get him to do because Ryan's singing, so I didn't want to, scream over him.
Publicly speaking, Matthew, I'm a public speaker, not a singer. We discussed this. Yeah, but it comes out of left field. It's like a song nobody would even expect after we play all of our stuff. Nobody in the world would think Thompson Twins. Who would think the Thompson Twins "Hold Me Now"?
And on the floor for the poetry show, that's Amanda and Sean Shevel both singing that song.
Love it. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see you guys, but I do love that, because you're just in the moment in your own music, and then all of a sudden you bring out something that everybody's like, what the hell just happened? This is amazing.
And we totally made it our way too. I set it up as Neostem for the style of Neostem, so it's not done exactly to the T of the Thompson Twins, but it's pretty damn close. That's how I figure do covers. Try to do it to your band's critiques, not as as the original band does it. But
that's awesome. That's so awesome. So my episode this week is about reflection, and I talk about how reflection isn't bad. When I was younger, I would, your parents would send you to the corner and say, go reflect on the things that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
But reflection to me is necessary, and it's about learning from where you've been. So when you look back on your time with the band, is there a moment that taught you something big about yourselves?
Let me see. Well, anytime I see people grooving, that right there, that's like a story in itself, and it's funny too because you can see people, they groove harder to certain songs, and then they ease up on some, and then they just go really all out, and that's always been a great thing. And then there's times where people have come up and talked to me, and they it's just such a great feeling to reflect on. I don't know. Yeah, Matt, you get it.
Probably whenever, for me, it's going to be whenever we first we open up for Sponge at the Craft House.
Yeah.
And the fact that people we've never seen before were coming up to us going, you guys are really good, man. We like your music, this, and shake our hands. It's kind of I look back on that, and it's kind of humbling because, I never expected Neostem. If you would ask me when we first formed in 2013 that we would be here right now, I'd probably would have laughed. Because that was the realization that we hit that next level as a band. It's having people getting people that don't know coming, who like us, and now those people also sometimes do come out to our shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that total stranger liking what you're doing that you don't expect to. That is what's for me is really what makes it.
It does.
You just don't know whose life you're changing by singing a song, and it's amazing. And I think that musicians are not only entertainers, but you're really a part of people's lives, right? You really get into the nitty gritty of their feelings and everything else. So
Mm-hmm.
I love that, and I hope you guys keep doing what you're doing for a very long time. So when you think about 2013, what's one piece of advice you would give that new band that you wish you would have known then?
Oh, don't start in a garage in February without heat.
Yeah, we played the garage in like our original drummer's garage, and it was really cold in the wintertime. We played 15 degrees, and then in the summertime it's like 100 degrees. We're like drop. You were just sweating.
Find an adequate climate controlled practice space.
Yes,
it's good for your health and your equipment. I cut my hand practicing that, my fingers, because they were so dry and they were bleeding all over my guitar.
Then, because it was so cold, our amps they make a noise in between songs because it was so cold out.
For as cold as it was equally as hot. Like we were looking like Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob. That red, like we'd have to take water breaks and all that stuff, man. It was a good time though. It was a good experience though, all in all, because you know what? That helped prepare us for any weather gig, So if you play outside and it's cold, we're good. We practice, and we play outside. It's hot. We're good. We practice in it, So if anything, that does help, though. But yes, climate controlled practice space for sure. Any new band.
Awesome. I think it would be crafting our own songs, like writing and honing your own sound is so important. From where we were for our first coffee house show to now, our songs are so fundamental.
Oh yeah, but I think they get more mature.
Sound, yeah.
More mature in your sound, but not as a person, right? Because you can't ever be too mature. You got to have some fun in life.
Right. It was like a look at the first album versus what we just released. You see growth difference in us.
Yeah, I love that. I'm sure. What's your favorite Pittsburgh venue to play?
I personally like Squirrel Hill Sports Bar, but I am becoming a big fan of Poetry Lounge. I really, really dig that spot a lot. It's pretty neat. I like the Millville area in general. Big fan of it. Big fan.
Poetry is kind of like picking up where Excuses left off. Excuses was a very comfortable spot, and if you'd asked us this years ago, I'd have said Excuses because Excuses was open. But yeah, it's probably I like the environment of Poetry Lounge, which is why we try to book here a lot more, and the bartenders are cool. The owner's really cool. People, it's the most chill, accepting environment you can walk into. They don't care who you are as long as you got a good attitude, and the positivity kind of you feel it when you walk in there.
Awesome. What about you, Rob? Poetry Lounge?
I still like Club Cafe. Never had a bad show there. Sounds always fantastic. There's something about that venue I really enjoy playing there.
They do have a fantastic PA system. They do. It sounds they have a crispy sound there. That has a lot to do with it also. Yeah, for sure.
So before we talk about what's next for your band, tell me each individually, dream lineup, dead or alive, who are you playing beside? Ooh. Matt, we'll start with you.
Well, obviously on drums, you want the best of the best. Neil Peart on drums. Guitar. Ooh, I had to pick one guitar player. I'm just going to go with All Dead. Just give me Dimebag, because I think I can keep up with him when he's playing.
Good one, Dimebag. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Rob, how about you?
Oh, got to have Freddie Mercury on vocals, Eddie Van Halen on guitar, and Michael Anthony on bass. So almost Van Halen.
Queen Halen?
Yeah, Queen Halen.
Queen Halen.
How about you, Ryan?
Well, obviously I'm going to go with Dave Grohl on drums, and I will go with Cobain on vocals. I would be a rhythm guitar for sure, and bass. I don't know, man. Les Claypool, he's pretty dope.
Awesome.
He is.
I love it. Look, you guys just created your own fantasy lineup right there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, before I let you go, oh me? Oh gosh. Listen, I am a sucker for Janis Joplin's voice. I just there was just something about her voice.
So salty.
I'm a big Dave Matthews fan, so Carter Beauford on the drums. He's just
he's dope. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tim Reynolds is an amazing guitar player. But I kind of like a little bit of everything. So it would just depend on what my mood was that day.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, I change. I mean, you can ask my husband how my mood changes from hour to hour. But same with my musical influence. I mean, my first ever concert ever in my entire life, I was 11 years old, and it was the Clearfield County Fair, and I saw Criss Cross.
Oh, Criss Cross.
Like,
yes.
Not Chris, like the rappers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the very next year, my dad took me to see the Eagles. So like it was over. Like music for me, I was just like, okay, I love all of it.
That is a spectrum right there. Yep. Criss Cross too. Ooh, man.
I remember back in the day, the whole
jump. Every daddy make you jump. Yeah. That song.
The backwards pants and the one thing off the overalls. That was
smoking back in the day.
They were signed by they were discovered by Jermaine Dupri, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yep.
Fun times. All right, guys. So tell me what's next for Neostem. I know that you have 2 shows this weekend, but kind of going into 2026, what does that look like for you guys?
More shows, more recording.
Yeah. We actually recorded 2 songs earlier. We released one song called Glum. We have another one in the chamber called Lackluster, and we are going to go back. Our buddy Johnny just had a kid, so he took some time off. So we're going to hit up the studio sometime, and we're going to grind out probably what I thought was going to be an EP. I think it's going to end up being an LP. I don't know, because the songwriting is getting like more songs. What's that? Razor, you got one. Excellent. Yeah, that we got a gig next week, the day before Thanksgiving, and then we have 2 in December.
3 in December.
No, December. STE.
Yeah. We're 16th, 18th, and 20th, so it's just right through.
We're in November, and next month is what? December. Yeah. Kind of work with it a little bit there.
Awesome. So if people wanted to find your music, they want to come to a show or find you, where can we find you?
We're all over for music streaming. You pick an app, we're there. I made sure I got us everywhere. When I check our stats monthly, I see like all these different apps that we're on. I totally forget that I sent our music there. But yeah, if you have a music app that streams anything music, we're going to be there. Come see us in our shows. We got a YouTube page that we got some stuff up that I am really bad at updating. And also our latest single, I am slowly but surely working on a music video for, which will come out eventually.
That's amazing. Well, I'm gonna link your Instagram and your Facebook and everything in the show notes so everybody can find you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to come chat with us. And I can't wait to see you on Saturday. I'm really psyched about the show. I think it's going to be great. And I appreciate you guys with the Punk Rock Saves Lives. Keep doing what you're doing and keep spreading joy through music.
Thank you so much, Jen.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Saturday.
See ya.
Take care. Bye-bye. A huge thank you to the guys at Neostem for hanging out with me today. If you're local to Pittsburgh, come check them out this Saturday at the Poetry Lounge. It's going to be an incredible night. Punk Rock Saves Lives will be there. They're doing really great work in communities everywhere. It'll be so fun just to hang out with the guys and sit back and just listen to music. So let's just quickly bring us back to the theme of the week. Reflection doesn't always look like stillness. Sometimes it's connection or music or volunteering or community or showing up in ways that remind you who you are. So take a few minutes this week to reflect on what you need, what you're carrying, and what you're ready to let go of. You deserve that pause. Take a look in the mirror and tell yourself something nice. Be proud of yourself this week. Also, I put together a free 4-week reflection workbook for you. It's linked in the show notes. I can send it in an email. Visit me on the social medias at the Jen Weinstein. Anywhere, go check it out. It's just a great companion for this week. It's a quick little PDF. Don't forget, we are just under $150 for Feed the People tour. So go to the midlifeeditcode.com/shop. I'll link those in the show notes to get your t-shirt or sweatshirt where 100% of the profits go right to feeding America. So let's help this year. And if you're in the Pittsburgh area, make sure you stop to the Poetry Lounge on Saturday and check out the guys in Neostem and talk to me about Punk Rock Saves Lives. If you love this episode, please share it, rate it, send it to a friend. Every little bit just helps so much. And as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Midlife community, the Midlife edit, the Midlife comeback tour. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see you next week. But until then, let's make this a damn good chapter. You've been listening to the Midlife Edit, your remix for midlife. Remember, we're making this chapter not just good, but a damn good chapter. Want more? Join the Midlife Edit Insiders group on Facebook for deeper conversations, grab the curated playlists to fuel your comeback tour, and check out the merch that lets you wear your midlife with pride. Everything's linked for you in the show notes. And until next time, keep living bold, strong, and unapologetic. This is the Midlife Edit. Let's make it a damn good chapter.